Glorious day in London. Acrylic, here's my palette. Lemon yellow, ochre, orange, white of course, cadmium red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, burnt umber, black, and a couple of bits of green which have probably dried. I might or might not use them, or I might squeeze some more out. I'm using my palette as suggested by Sid. Thanks Sid. There we are, no membrane, just a bit of a spray when I finish. And I've got to clean this up a bit because I'm doing a demonstration tonight, a live demonstration, so wish me luck. Right, okay, so let's paint. I haven't got a clue what I'm going to do, but it'll be simple because I haven't got a lot of time. And I think the simple things are the best, and you can do them quite quickly. And not all of you are beginners, but some are. So I'll give my primed watercolour paper. You can still see the demo under it, but they're not all good. So I paint over them in acrylics. Give it a little bit of a spray and crack on. So we'll mix a bit of black and yellow. So let's get something up here. Abstract. I call my paintings abstract expressions. Expressionism. No, abstract impressionism. Bit of red in there. I'll see how long this lasts without spraying. That's the paint in the box. It's been on since yesterday afternoon. So, bit of this. This is a sort of a view I've done a couple of times, but from the other side, of wildflowers in Chidham. It's the peninsula that sticks out from Southbourne in Hampshire, between Portsmouth and Chichester. Beautiful area, beautiful salt flats. So we'll put in some. Now that dried a little bit there, so let's put in some ochre. Bit of shadow in there. Just put that in. I'm not sure how long this will last because well, it'll dry as it's like this because there's nothing underneath it. I'm not sure I want to stay with the palette like this, so I'm quite happy to spend a bit on the membranes. They're not that expensive. Right, okay, so we'll put a bit of a meadow, the water, with Bosham over there, or this side of me, because I've reversed the picture. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? I've just got this clump of trees here. So let's put a bit of colour in there, bit of red, bit of yellow, bit of blue. Just warm it up. Whatever we put on, we're going to change. Let's get this nice yellow in here. And we can put some shadow into that. I get most of my colours, the reds, the blues, the sienna, the black now, and the lemon yellow from Wilkinson's. It's very inexpensive at the moment. I don't know how long it'll stay like that for. So let's do a bit of distance in there. Put that in blue for a moment. And we can put some water in there if we want. But it's basically a meadow. I like painting meadows. I'll paint the sky when I've done some of this foreground. So we'll put a bit of whites, a bit of ochre. So let's just get that. Oh, that's too much. Too white. Much too white. Bit of sienna in there. Okay, we'll put a bit of sky in now. I'm using, I often get asked, like messages, what brushes. I try to explain every time, but sometimes it gets left off. These are Pro Arte, A-R-T-E, varnish brushes from wherever you can get them. They're very good quality. They're not expensive for what they are. That's 1.5 inches, and these are a couple of inches. I want to get some more because I use them all the time now for acrylic. They're soft. They're softer than the usual hog's hair, but they seem to work very well, provided the paint's not too thick. Okay, let's go in with a bit of a nice sky. Paint down to the landscape. It's good to spray the paper first because that lubricates the first coat. You can put it on and cover very quickly. So let's go over all that, put some in here. We'll go mad with the wildflowers in this, or my idea of wildflowers that don't exist in reality. They're not horticultural specimens. I might be, but they're not. Okay, so there's a basic colour. I won't be sitting down at the demo tonight. I'm taking my box easel, my travelling studio, the Mabeth, a very good one. Now you can pick them up very cheaply because there's competition online, isn't there? I paid £150 for it 15 years ago, no more than that probably. Now you can pick them up for far cheaper than that. Right, let's go with a black, lot of black, and the yellow, bit of red, but loads of black, because we want this tree, this lovely shadowy tree. So yellow, red, a lot of black. You can't fiddle and fuss around with these brushes. In other words, it's difficult to poke and prod to death. It's all a bit hit and miss, which is lovely for impressionism. Okay, a bit of black and a bit of red. Just pull them up and we'll put some scrubby stuff in here. I'm not sure about copyright and all that, because a lot of us, we do, let's be honest, we do, when we're desperate, go online and look for photographs and rip them off, but I think we have to be careful because somebody owns a copyright on them, or you need permission to use them, even though you're doing a painting. But my advice would be to change it around. If you print from the internet, fair enough, but change it, make it your own. Do something with it that's different, so it doesn't look like what you're working from. I don't copy. I've given that up. I used to, of course. So you learn. But there are lots of photographs that are copyright or royalty free that you can use. Let's get this up here. I'm trying to put a surface on. I haven't put any texture on this. I've just gone in with the paint on quite a shiny surface, because I primed it with a bit of light red and some slightly dilute PVA glue, because it gives a varnishy surface, but it's going matte now it's drying. So let's do some grasses and stuff. And we'll put in, let's get some sienna in there. Nice warm grasses, we can put some yellow in, or some green. Let's get that coming up into there, cover up. I'm building up a texture now. I'll take all my paints with me. There's this one. That's my yellow. My white. That's Galleria, Winsor & Newton, artist quality. You do need good whites. You need something with a bit of covering power. The Wilkinson is not very thick, but then for £1.50 a tube, what do you expect? It's great for what I'm using it for, and it's affordable. And we're going with some darker greens in there, I think. I need a lot more colour in there. And you can, with a brush I'm sure, you could stipple into that to make a sort of surface, a stipple surface. Right, I won't push my luck with that. Right, dark green, so yellow and black. Just the impression of grass, and because we're going to put poppies and stuff in it, you need some green to counterchange or to complement your reds. If you want a green to look more green, put it near some red. Poppies are ideal for this sort of thing. There's some light in there. Okay. Some ochre and white and sienna. Burnt sienna, that is. Don't really want that white to show. We're just coming into the lighter areas. We can. Well, it won't be water. This. It's just light colour now, a bit of red. Let's warm it up a little bit. Let that dry off. Okay. Well, I'll do a bit of sky now. I think I'll use the inch and a half brush for that. So nice blue, simple. Can make some of it a bit darker, so it makes a bit of black in it with it. Just got that coming down into the tree. See, because the paint is relatively inexpensive, you can slop it on. Don't be too stingy with it. I'll warm up that sky in a minute. So we're just going over it with nice light clouds, similar to what we've got going across at the moment in London, or pleasant suburbia anyway. Right. A little bit of the warmer colour in there now. Yeah, let's make a little bit of grey with just a touch of red in the mix. And then go back to our overhead. Nice cloud. And a big thicky bit. Just because I've got the colours on the palette doesn't mean I have to use them. They're just there. My basic palette. So when you start throwing more colours to something, you know you've lost it. Well, that looks right, doesn't it? Right, let's go and reinstate that background now. So we want to pretend we're looking at Bosham. So blue and red. I'll just put that in there. Across the water. Bosham Church has been painted millions of times. We know somebody that lives in Bosham. In fact, a couple of years ago I did a commission for his house, for his sister. I won't say any more than that. Let's put a bit of warm and a bit of red. A bit of yellow as well, I think. Just warm that background up because we're going to put that in the tree as well. the big tree. Right, that's the distance over the inlet. I can't keep saying how beautiful this area is. It's called Chichester Harbour. The harbour, it goes virtually from Portsmouth, well, the Chichester side of Portsmouth, all the way to Chichester, and it's marsh, grassy, beautiful yachts, lovely walks. Oh, it's a paradise. I might put the water sea across there. In fact, I think I will, but I just want to mix up some of this, just warm this up here. Bit of that orange. Don't have to use orange. But it all adds to the overall picture, the pleasantness of the view, which we're trying to do. Bit of green in there. But we just went to all these places when in our camping trailer. Basically it's a very nice canvas dwelling that packs into a large trailer, beds off the ground. But it's getting very hard to put up with. My wrists are not very good now. So we're going to sell it. So if anybody in South London wants a trailer going for a very reasonable price, considering what it is, it's a Conway Challenger, very old, well getting old, but it's very serviceable. Right, just get that up there. Right, okay, that I quite like that. I need some darker stuff in there though, so I'll put my black back in there. I might put some branches, but I might not. Let's put some nice dark shadow in there. Blue and red plus the black that's round about. I need that darker. This is the shadow side of the tree. Right, get some good yellow in there now, or yellowy green. Just catching a bit of the light. Right, more yellow. Right, I'll just see if I can put in some sea, and because I'll make it a little bit grey. Keep it all soft. Don't want it white. I want it nice and light, and I can just strengthen up above. I'll bring the water into the landscape and the landscape into the water, keep it all nice and merged. It looks too stilted if you do dead straight, sharp lines. I remember a time when I used to put masking tape across the horizon and paint up to it. And while it might be accurate from a photograph, when you do it, it just looks amateurish. It just doesn't hold. It looks horrible. So soft. Same with buildings. Soft. Right, Might put some little yachts against that because Bosham is a very yachty place. Lovely buildings along the quay, but a lot of them are around the corner behind us. So we'll just put in a bit of detail. Okay, so right, okay, so that looks okay, that looks distant, so we've got the sea in. That's good enough. Now we want to work on the foreground now. We're going to get some nice rich strong greens, black, lemon yellow. Bit of water in the ferrule and it's running down. There's a bit of red in there. That makes it warm this area up a little bit. We can put some really dark bits in there as well. Just add a bit of red to the mix. Right. So whether we get to Chichester this year, I don't know. We've booked up for Canterbury, a hotel, small hotel, where last year and the many years before we were camping in our trailer. But we still love Canterbury, we don't have to stop going. Now I want some light grasses in the sticking up in front of here. I'm just making this up till I think it looks reasonable. I'm going to put some shadow in there now, so some blue and some red. I'm not using any medium in this. Let's just put some dark there. That'll just highlight that water. Now we want that nice colour in here now, in the shadow. See, it's just softened all that now. But I need some more strength in that bit, in this here. Because we'll have like ferns and thistles and all sorts of stuff in there. So let's use a bit of black and burnt umber. This is just waste, well not waste ground, it's all part of nature, it's a nature reserve. No, I don't want to put the poppies in yet. So that is just warming up that foreground. Then into that I can put in some my wildflowers. Let's get that bit darker in there. A bit careless that was there. But at low water, all the grasses show, and then the tide comes in, of course, and it all vanishes. So I'm going to put in a dark green. No, I don't like that. I'll go back and put some thick leaves on those trees, so I need some black now. Burnt umber, don't want burnt umber. Where's my black one? Falling over. Not a great big 200mm tube of that. Lovely stuff. Right, yellow, black. Oops, I need that more mixed. To make sure your brushes are devoid of any water that gets trapped in the ferrule, because it all runs down and it dilutes your paint when you're not looking. I think we need some more darks on the base of that. So let's go for it. Mix a bit of red in with the black. Get that contrast in. And I can always put in some air, the bird holes. Right, now I'll put some lights back in there, so I use my yellow ochre and my whites and a filthy brush. You need lots of cloth when you're doing this. As you see, I'm wearing a glove because I don't want my hands getting all chapped. And the skin splitting, it has been like that, so put in some of this now. Then we've got some dark to counterchange it with. The sea is that way, but it's where I say it is, isn't it? Scumble across here. All right, that'll do. Let's put in some poppy things and. So same brush, but I'm just going to split it up a bit. Get it dubbed into the orange and the red. So and I'll do a bit of white just to where they go into the distance. Needless to say, I'm overdoing it. Right, okay. I need some yellow in here, or very light green, just to show some detail in those flowers. Oh, sorry, in the leaves. Stippling with darker that side. Just trying to give an impression of 3D effect. Yeah, that looks like more over here when we're coming into the light. Alright, we'll just put a little bit of sky back in there. And I'll put some more flowers in. And I'll put some yachts in, and then we'll see what we've done. Right, bit of blue. Difficult to try and make this look random, rather than just a pattern going in. Just opens the whole tree up. So it thins it all out. Right, get a rigger. No, we want some white flowers, don't we? And white daisies. Whoops. Bit of blue in there, I think. Just having fun with this. It's and some yellow. Getting carried away here. Right, well that'll do. That's some white. Birds. And very difficult to get any twigs and branches and twiggy things. Right, well there's not much more I can do with that. It's a bit of a time filler, I have to say. I'm going to take my gloves off, put it in a mount, and we'll see what it looks like. Then I'll fill my palette for tonight. They're all packed ready. Don't leave things to the last minute. Right, okay, let's get the right amount on it. No peeping. Well, quite busy painting, not too busy I think. But it's having fun with your paint, and don't be frightened to put a lot on. So there we are, just towards Bosham from Chidham, or from Chidham. Let's bring it round a bit. I'll zoom in. So there we are, I've put the the yacht's in, and I've put some birds in. You can hardly see them, they're there. But let's go round to that tree. Well, that's quite good actually. See, by putting the sky back, paint it solid, and then put your sky back, put your sky holes back. And there's my wildflowers, well overdone. That wasn't as easy as it looked. Oh, it's not as good as it could have been. But anyway, there we are. It's Chidden from another angle. The last one I did was to the other side of this clump of trees. There's a road going to Chichester, between Chichester and Portsmouth there. And I was looking across there, but here I'm looking the other side. Maybe I could put in some, oops, find a brush. Some clumps of green bushes. Let's do that. Just somewhere here. Just a bush of some description of black. Just a bit of a balance to the tree. Right, that's it, that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for watching. I'll leave you to look at it for a few moments, because when I did a speedy version of it, I want people to be able to see that, otherwise it'll disappear too quickly. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.